I just want to thank our fans tonight. I thought it was a good opening game crowd. The people that were here were really loud and enthusiastic. I felt like a vibe in there. The players were commenting on it early and at halftime. I thought our students showed up. It was about as well as I've seen for a first game, so just very appreciative of everybody that came to the game. We hope to build on this and try to increase the crowds as we go. I want to say again, I feel like I'm working for parking services here, but it's my thought is sincere here. I know that with the change of parking, there's going to have to be a lot of patience. Change always brings positive and a little negative. But I should thank all of our fans in advance for dealing with the parking changes. We think this is going to be the best long-term solution. It's going to eventually be great for everybody. So thank you for the crowd, and thank you for the patience with the new parking.
This performance, what have you seen from them since you've gotten them?
No, they're just talented freshmen. You know, I put Culver in that same category, and Malik. They're guys that were recruited by a lot of schools around the country, and they chose Texas Tech for many reasons. One of those, knowing they could play earlier in their career as we built the program. So those guys have embraced the idea of playing early. They've grown up a lot. With Morrow, he's a guy that just takes his craft very seriously. He works on his game. He's very disciplined. You know, he's gonna play a great college career. He's gonna play professional basketball one day because that's just who he is and how disciplined he is. Z had a great opening night. Culver's been the best player that we've had some days in practice, and in one of our exhibition games he was special. And Malik just continues to get better and better and better. Malik plays so hard, he's going to be a special player one day. Then with Parker, Avery, and Alex, just 3 more freshmen. So these 7 guys are they're fun to coach. They're, you know, a lot of frustration too, a few gray hairs here and there, but I'm glad we got these young guys, and they're going to be a big part of this year's team.
We'll go to Joe, middle right.
Coach, South Alabama, 2 assists, 24 turnovers. Would you consider that acceptable?
Yeah, it's pretty good. We take that. No, I think those numbers are a little bit watered down. They had some great passes and guys missed some shots. So I think they played good team basketball tonight. So two assists, kind of a misleading stat. With our turnovers, that's by design. We want to play pressure defense. We put some different presses out there tonight to kind of speed up the game. When South Alabama was basically kind of beating us at our own game, we felt like we needed to be aggressive and try to change the tempo of the game. So we were fortunate tonight into creating some turnovers.
Go to Sean, dead middle.
Coach, talk about how you felt the core 4 play, and as well as the retirement of Norrance.
Yeah, well, I was just great. Every time Norrance is on the floor, I'm just so pleased and happy. I think he's just getting better. The rust is coming off. He hadn't played in a couple of years, basically. He's just Norrance, another guy that really believes in the day-to-day process. And so I just, you know, I cheer for Norrance. Not only am I coaching him, I'm kind of pulling for him because of the adversity he's gone through. But you guys can see it with your own eyes. He's starting to get back in game shape and making plays that only Norrance can make. Thought Justin played a good floor game tonight, was aggressive. Keenan was solid and steady. Zach, it wasn't his best performance, but he was dialed in, locked in. You see that with the offensive rebounds and the block shots. I think he led our team in minutes, and so we're trusting him out there. He's an all-conference type player. We got to create more shots for him. Some of that's on the coaching staff, but I think Zach needs to play more aggressive than he did tonight. But those veteran guys, they got us off to a good start, and they played well enough for us to get the first game.
We'll go to Will in the back right.
At halftime, just kind of what adjustments did you guys make defensively? You cut off 13 percentage points from what they were shooting in the first half, and Ajayi only ended up with 1 field goal for them on the night number 33.
Yeah, more than anything, we just tried to be patient on defense. South Alabama is so aggressive and so talented that you get so fired up to play. You want to do well. You want to get a stop. And I thought we were fouling too much. So we got to quit fouling so much. We can't put other teams on the free throw line that much. I don't know if there was any real adjustments, but basically just kind of stayed committed to the game plan and try to be a little bit more patient with our defense. We want to be aggressive. We want to make plays, but you don't want to foul people 30 feet from the basket either.
Go back to Joe here in the middle right.
Coach, Brandon Francis, 6 rebounds in 16 minutes. Is that the sort of rebounding productivity you could expect from him? I mean, is he going to be a good rebounding guard, you think?
Yeah, he's good at his position. He's a good rebounder per his position, guard, small forward. Brandon's kind of a utility guy for us. He can play basically 4 positions. He's got some talent where he can offensive rebound with his strength and athleticism. Defensively, he's a physical player. He doesn't mind blocking out, making the tough rotation block out. So I was impressed with those rebounding numbers too. I was also just impressed with his demeanor today. we got a deep team. Everybody's going to have to sacrifice some individual. Everybody's going to have to play a different role than they have in the past, including, our best, most experienced players. We don't want Keenan, Zach, and Justin to play as many minutes as they played last year. We want to be more balanced. We want those guys to play harder and more quality, not necessarily quantity. So Brandon, like all the players, is accepting his role right now, and I'm proud of him.
Go to Chuck here. Front
Were you
right.
happy with how you attacked the rim tonight? Because, I mean, you got a ton of points in the paint, in both halves, but it seemed they were a little bit different the way that you did that. But were you happy with how you attacked the rim tonight?
Yeah, I don't know if any coach is ever happy. If I ever get to coach in that game on Monday night where everybody else is watching it at sports bars and it's me and one other coach getting to coach in that game, I'll probably be happy. But until then, I'm trying to be more positive of a person. But happy is not really in my DNA. I was pleased that the guys tried to execute some things tonight. We were aggressive. We did get a lot of shots around the basket, but we got to get to the free throw line more. So it's kind of a puzzling stat to me. I'll have to watch the film later tonight. That's kind of the glaring thing in this game. Too many turnovers, not enough free throws. But give South Alabama credit because they're a good team. They're going to have a good team, a good year in their conference. They're going to win some games like this down the stretch because they're real talented.
Got time for a couple more. We'll go back to Will.
Had 9 guys with 16 minutes, 10 with 11 minutes. You're pretty happy with that rotation overall night?
Yeah, I like the balance. Obviously, in a game like this where the margin was heavy late, but I think, again, that's by design. We want our best players to play less minutes this year so they can play harder, better, get more done in less minutes. Quality versus quantity. It's a big thing, I think, in sports, really in life. Think about it, But no, that speaks volume for our young guys. Speaks volumes for our bench. And I give our coaching staff a lot of credit, too, because we're developing these guys quickly.
Any other questions for Coach? We'll get the microphone to you. All right. Thank
How
you,
did
guys.
everybody think not Matt Dunaway did tonight? Good job. Okay.